What if I told you that there are signs, real, observable signs, that you are on the path to living not just a long life, but a powerful, vibrant, and purposeful life, even past 100? And what if you're already showing them, but just didn't realize it? In this video, we'll uncover 10 things that if you can still do, even between the ages of 50 and 80, you are destined for more years, deeper wisdom, and better health than most people around you. These are not myths. These are not gimmicks. These are signals of longevity, resilience, and youthful vitality. But here's the secret. The final one we'll talk about is incredibly important, especially if you're over 60. Don't skip it. It might be the one thing that gives you not just more years, but better years. But before we begin, if you love wisdom, insight, and life-changing truths that age like fine wine, then please subscribe to our channel. We create content that nourishes the mind and feeds the soul, especially for those who understand that growing older is not the end. It's the beginning of true power. Now let's begin. Number 1. If you can still walk without pain, you're already winning the longevity lottery. It might sound simple, too simple, but the ability to walk freely, smoothly, without pain or assistance is one of the most powerful indicators of how long and how well you'll live. Let's be real. Walking is not just a movement, it's independence. It's a sign that your bones, joints, muscles, circulation, and nervous system are working together in harmony. When people lose the ability to walk, everything else begins to decline. Energy fades, mental sharpness dulls, loneliness creeps in. But if you're between 50 and 80 and you can still walk, not just indoors but outdoors, with confidence, speed, and rhythm, you are already ahead of the curve. Think about it. The world's longest living communities, like those in Okinawa, Japan, or Sardinia, Italy, all have one thing in common. The elders walk. A lot. Sometimes 5, 6, even 10 kilometers a day. But walking isn't just about exercise. It's about mobility, engagement, and connection. It's the ability to say, I want to go somewhere, and my body will take me. So if you woke up this morning, stood on your feet, and walked across the room with ease, celebrate it. Because you're not just alive, you're living well. And that is a gift that many underestimate, until it's gone. Number 2, if you still have curiosity, you're not growing old, you're growing wise. Aging isn't the enemy. Stagnation is. One of the most beautiful, powerful signs that you're destined to live beyond 100 is if your mind still asks questions, if you still read, explore, learn, or seek new things. Not because you have to, but because something inside you is still curious. If you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, or even 80s, and you've ever thought, I wonder how this works. I'd love to try this. Maybe I could start this project? Then guess what? Your brain is still growing, your soul is still hungry, and your life is still unfolding. Curiosity is a sign of mental youthfulness. It fights cognitive decline. It keeps your neurons firing. And more importantly, it keeps you alive inside. The moment we stop learning, we stop evolving. And the moment we stop evolving, we begin to fade. So if you've still got a spark in your heart that wants to know, do, or see more, don't ignore it. Nurture it. Follow it. Because that spark is a flame that leads you to 100 and beyond. Number 3, if you still laugh, truly laugh, you're not just alive, you're vibrant. Do you remember the last time you laughed? Not a polite chuckle, not a forced smile, but a real belly-holding, tear-forming laugh? If you still laugh, especially at yourself, you are not aging. You're evolving beautifully, Laughter is one of the clearest signs that your spirit is healthy. It boosts your immune system, improves heart function, reduces stress hormones, and releases endorphins that protect your brain from decline. But most importantly, it means you haven't become bitter. You haven't let life harden your heart. You haven't lost your ability to see the absurd, the joyful, the unexpected in this wild ride we call life. Many people, as they grow older, grow more serious. And in doing so, they lose the lightness that keeps them mentally young. But if you're 50, 60, 70, even 80, and you can still laugh, you're sending a message to the universe. I'm still here. I still find joy. I still have the strength to smile. So laugh, often and loudly. Watch comedies, tell stories, laugh at your old mistakes, laugh at how far you've come. Because that joy, it's adding years to your life, whether you realize it or not. Number 4, if you still remember the names of people who matter. Your brain is aging like wine, not rust. One of the greatest fears of aging is memory loss. People fear forgetting faces, names, stories, or even themselves. But what if I told you that your ability to remember who matters is more valuable than remembering what day it is? If you're still able to recall the names of your childhood friends, your children's teachers, or your favorite teacher from decades ago. That's not just memory. That's deep emotional intelligence. It means your brain has prioritized what's important: relationships, connection, and history. And that's exactly what healthy brains do. See, as we grow older, the brain becomes more efficient. It forgets the trivial so it can hold on to the emotional. That's wisdom in action. If you still remember, a kind gesture from 30 years ago, the way someone made you feel in 1982, or the exact smell of your mother's cooking, then your mind is not deteriorating, it's maturing. And guess what? That kind of memory is linked to long life because it keeps your heart engaged, your empathy strong, and your past alive in the present. So the next time you remember something that others forget, don't brush it off. Smile, because that memory is your brain's way of saying, I'm still here, I still care, and I still know what matters. Number 5, if you still feel grateful every morning, you're aging with grace. Not just time. Gratitude isn't just an emotion, it's a lens. And if you still wake up, whether at 50, 60, or 80, and feel grateful for the morning sun, the breath in your lungs, or the sound of birds outside your window, then you are doing something extraordinary. You are living consciously. And conscious living is the greatest predictor of long, joyful, and peaceful years. Gratitude reduces stress. It balances blood pressure. It improves sleep, heart health, and immune function. But deeper than that, it reminds your soul that life is still a gift. Many people reach older ages with a list of complaints. This hurts, that's gone. I can't do what I used to. But you, if you can still say, I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful I've made it this far. Then you're already winning the battle most people don't even realize they're fighting. The battle against negativity, against regret, against bitterness. So if you still practice gratitude, even if quietly, even if silently, you're watering the seeds of a long and beautiful life. Because gratitude doesn't just count your days, it adds to them. Number 6, if you can still sleep deeply without pills, your body still knows how to heal itself. There is a hidden healer we all carry inside us. It's quiet, it's free, it's more powerful than any medicine you can take. That healer is deep sleep. If you are between the ages of 50 and 80, and you can still fall asleep naturally, stay asleep through the night and wake up feeling refreshed, even if it's not perfect every night. You are blessed with one of the greatest indicators of long life. Why? Because sleep is the time your body repairs itself. Your heart slows to preserve strength. Your immune system sends out repair agents. Your brain flushes out toxic waste. Your memories are organized. Your stress levels reset. Aging bodies often struggle with sleep. Hormonal shifts, aches, medications, or anxieties rob many people of rest. And over time, that lack of sleep chips away at physical strength, mental clarity, and emotional stability. But if your body still knows how to enter that healing state on its own, if you don't need 3 sleeping pills and a sleep mask just to rest, you're miles ahead of most people. This means your brain chemistry is balanced. Your nervous system knows peace. And your internal rhythms, the circadian clock that governs energy and repair, are still functioning as nature intended. It also means you likely avoid late-night stress. You carry fewer regrets. You've made peace with the past. Because true sleep doesn't just happen in the body. It begins in the soul. So if you still drift off easily, if you wake up feeling alive, if you close your eyes and find calm instead of chaos, then your body is whispering something beautiful to you. I still remember how to heal. I'm not done yet. We've got more years to go. Number 7, if you still have a purpose, you're not just existing, you're thriving. You might retire from work, but you must never retire from life. One of the most telling signs that you'll live long, healthy, and fulfilling years is this. You still feel like your presence on this earth matters. It could be anything. Tending to your garden, taking care of your grandkids, volunteering in your community, writing your thoughts down, telling stories that need to be told. Purpose doesn't mean being a CEO or launching a business. It means you still wake up and feel pulled by something greater than yourself. That pull gives you meaning, and meaning gives you strength. Researchers have studied people in blue zones, regions with the highest concentration of people over 100, and they all have something called Ikigai in Japan, or Plan de Vida in Costa Rica. It means a reason to live. And guess what? Those who have a purpose live longer, much longer. Purpose fights depression. It strengthens the immune system. It reduces heart disease. And most of all, it keeps your soul active. Because the soul, just like the body, needs movement, intention, and expression. If you're 70 and still guiding your community, if you're 60 and still giving advice to young people, if you're 80 and still creating something beautiful, then time has not touched your spirit. You are aging, yes, but with fire, direction, and meaning. And that purpose? It's your ticket to a life not just long, but legendary. Number 8, if you can still forgive, you're not carrying the weight that destroys most people. Let's talk about something heavy. Not cholesterol, not body weight, but the heaviest burden of all, grudges. If you're between 50 and 80, and you've learned to let go of anger, forgive others, even those who never apologized, and move on without bitterness, you're living a life that clears the heart and extends your years. Here's a truth many don't like to admit. Unforgiveness is toxic. It floods your body with stress hormones. It raises your blood pressure. It hardens your arteries. It keeps your mind stuck in loops of pain. But those who live to 100, they don't carry resentment like a badge of honor. They don't let old wounds define new days. They forgive, not because others deserve it, but because they deserve peace. And if you've done this, if you've forgiven someone who hurt you deeply, if you've let go of something that haunted you for years, you have released one of the greatest weights a person can carry. That release doesn't just bring emotional freedom. It brings physical health. It softens your breath. It clears your mind. It gives you space inside your soul. Forgiveness is one of the most difficult, yet most powerful acts of emotional maturity. And if you're still growing, still healing, still choosing compassion even when life gave you every reason to become bitter, then, my friend, you're not just aging, you're becoming immortal in spirit. Number 9, if you still connect with people deeply, you're feeding the heart that keeps you alive. In today's world, people are more connected than ever, yet more lonely than ever. But if you're over 50 and you can still have real conversations, maintain deep friendships, or feel truly close to someone, you're feeding one of the most vital parts of long life: human connection. Loneliness is deadly, literally. It increases the risk of death by over 30%. It's been compared to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises inflammation, stress, depression, and cognitive decline. But connection is medicine. Those who live long aren't always the healthiest, wealthiest, or strongest, but they are the most connected. They share meals. They call old friends. They sit down and listen. They hug. They cry. They laugh with others. And if you can still do that, if you still call someone just to say, "I miss you," if you still sit around a table and feel seen, if your heart still has space for love, vulnerability, or closeness, then you've already unlocked one of the deepest truths of life. We were never meant to walk alone. And those who walk with others, no matter their age, go farther. Number 10, if you still dance, stretch, or move freely, you have a youthful soul hidden in an aging body, very important for 60-plus people. This last one, it's the one many underestimate. But it's absolutely vital, especially if you're in your 60s or beyond. If you can still move, not just walk, but move with joy, then you're not just aging well. You are defying time. Whether it's dancing in the kitchen, stretching your arms in the morning sun, doing a slow yoga session, or even just bending to tie your shoes without gasping, you are showing that your body still obeys your soul. Why is this so important? Because after 60, most people begin to slow down drastically. Muscles atrophy, joints stiffen, the spine compresses, flexibility fades, and sadly, so does energy. But movement is medicine. Movement improves circulation. It stimulates the lymphatic system. It sharpens the brain. It delays every disease tied to aging. And more importantly, it restores a sense of control over your body. So if you're 65 and you can still dance to your favorite song, if you're 70 and you can touch your toes, if you're 75 and you sway with your grandchildren or lift your arms in gratitude, then you are not an old person. You are a miracle of rhythm, breath, and resilience. Never stop moving. Never stop dancing. Because as long as you move with life, life will keep moving with you. Final words. If you've made it this far, then you are a seeker, a grower, a soul who knows that aging is not about decline. It's about depth. These 10 signs are not just clues that you'll live to 100. They are reminders that life is not measured by years, but by how well you live them. And if you recognize yourself in even 2 or 3 of these signs, you're already on the right path. But if you saw yourself in 5, 7, or all 10, then the world hasn't seen the best of you yet. So now I ask you, kindly, from one soul to another, subscribe to our channel. Because here, we don't just teach you how to age, we teach you how to rise no matter your age. Your journey isn't over, it's just beginning.